think what started the project was the observation that what we call community-led design or participatory design or collaborative design has a long-standing tradition, especially in architecture and planning. But despite this, still it's not a mainstream practice. And we thought the reasons for this is that perhaps community-led design is not very well understood and not very well disseminated. So the project tried to help with that and to try to help make a case for the value of community-led design.
Capturing the value of community-led design is a big challenge, because obviously value might be related with social value, economic value, cultural value, so there are so many aspects of the theme value in community-led design.
For the Glass House, it was very important to think about how we could build an evidence base for the value of community-led design, and we were also interested in how we could facilitate the learning from community-led design being disseminated to the general public, but also from one group to another.
We are trying to involve people coming from different disciplines and from different perspectives. So that includes designers, planners, architects, geographers, but also people from media, from community studies, from history, culture. But it's also the perspectives of people on the ground and people who live and work in the places that we're looking at. We hope that that will give us a more holistic understanding of the issues around community-led design and how we can support it. In this project we're using a variety of methods. One of the methods that we use in order to engage with different stakeholders is to run creative workshops where we collaborate together to develop outputs that visualize our ideas and our concepts. And one example is these posters that we have at the back.
We've worked together to create an online platform where groups can share their stories. And the idea behind this, and we've worked very closely with the community groups to inform what this looks like, how they can interact with it.
So we'll just want to add one thing about the methods, which was the development of asset mapping methods that aim to unearth and visually represent assets, the good stuff that community have.
For this particular project, we collaborated a lot with the Glass House to try to find people from communities who would like to take part and give their input and help us develop the outputs of the project. And that's how we contacted Jane and other communities who took part in focus groups that we did and in the workshops that we are doing.
I mean, community-led design, by its very nature, is about bringing different types of people together to create a shared vision for change. And, you know, having people like Jane taking part, it's bringing in people who have experiences in their working life, but also all of us bring our life experiences. And I think that's the really important thing in this approach to design, is it's not just about technical disciplines, it's about everybody's experiences coming together for design processes.
Yeah, and for us as a community group, it's about people being able to articulate a vision with the help and support of other people. It's to actually look at something in a different way that maybe they've never looked at before. And it's that part of it which is very exciting for us.
It evolved out of various conversations that we had been having around community-led design and value. At the moment, we are very interested as an organisation in capturing, well, exploring the term value and people's perceptions of it, but also in building an evidence base for the movement that we support, really. A participatory community-led design process can unearth all sorts of lovely things. I don't know if you've got some...
Yeah, skills and all sorts of qualities that people can bring to this process, which maybe they'd forgotten about, or, you know, and gone and done another job or something. But there's a great value, I think, in making connections between people and to bring them together.
We've had various outcomes so far. We've talked about the workshops that we did, trying to better articulate what community-led design is and what its benefits are. We've got a social network site called Community Design Exchange, which hope will be a point of reference for communities, and we aim to collect stories from people who have participated in these projects, and to provide a platform for them to share and perhaps collaborate in the future. We've also got contribution to developing methodology for capturing value based on asset mapping methods, and in general provide evidence about the value of community-led design, which can be used to motivate others, but also as an advocacy tool.
It's always about thinking in the round, thinking about what we want to achieve, thinking about who can be involved, and thinking most importantly about the needs, whether there is a need, how great that need is, and how maybe it's changed from what we thought it was.
I think that it's important that you have a clear understanding of the needs of the community partners when preparing the bid.
So I would like to echo Katarina's point that what's quite important is to talk to your community partners, or the communities that are engaged with your research project, and that's important because you need to strike a right balance between academic relevance but also community relevance, and this is not always a question of balance. Sometimes it's about setting up a structure of questions that are important both for academic institutions, research institutions, and for communities. And that's the challenge, and that needs time, needs a lot of investment on trying to understand the needs of the different partners in this type of projects.
Yeah. I think community-led design is a process that really helps people value themselves and their communities and their friends and neighbours.